Hello and welcome to the channel. This video is a bit different. I've usually been doing gaming videos on my Xbox. I just want to show you how I make them for free. Basically, I've just got the original, the first Xbox One. I haven't got the X or whatever it is, the other ones. Basically, I think you can do it on the other ones. I've heard you can, but this is what I've got. I've got the original Xbox One, and this is how I make my videos for free. Now basically what you'll need is a memory stick, a USB 3.0 as a minimum. I use I think it's a 32 gig memory stick. I use a SanDisk Ultra 3.0 to record all my gameplay. But what you'll need to do first on that, because it's originally, I think it starts off being set as a PAL. But what you need to do is to change it to NTFS. Now, most people probably know how to do it, but if not, what you need to do is plug it into your PC, and then obviously go in and find the drive that's plugged in. It might come up as drive E or F. I think mine usually comes up as E. It depends how many things you've got plugged in. Then what you need to do is right click on that drive, and you'll see a list come up, and what you need to do is click on format. Now if you click on the format, you'll see a little bit further down, I think two lines down, you'll see change file system or file system. What you need to do is click on there and change it. It might actually say PAL or FAT32 or something like that, but you want to change that to NTFS. Once you've done that, click on start and then OK, and it will format it. Once it's done that, what you need to do is go back to it again, right click on it, and then basically click on eject, and then eject it. Now that there now should have been changed to the NTFS format, which means now when you plug it into your Xbox, once you've changed it on there, you should be able to record game clips and videos up to an hour. Because originally I think you can only maximum up to, is it 5 minutes I think. For game clips. It's usually set to I think 1 minute or 30 seconds or something, I can't remember. But that's how you change that. What you need to do then is plug it into your Xbox and turn the Xbox on. You'll only be able to record on this for an hour once you've started playing a game. So you must remember that. What you need to do then is press the home button, go to capture and share, go to capture settings, and then you'll see a box saying capture location. Now change that from internal to your USB stick, and when I click on mine it comes up as the SanDisk Ultra. So you click on that, up the bit further up, I think a couple of lines up from that, it will say record clip or recordings or something like recording and capture. That will probably say a minute or whatever it was set to, but ignore that. That now should be able to record up to an hour. But like I said, you can only restart recording on there once it's once you started playing a game. So basically, what you do, you go you press your home button again, go to capture and share, and then you click on start recording. Once you've done your game clip or whatever you're doing, press the home button again, and it will just come up there to stop recording as well. So stop the recording, and that's it. You turn your Xbox off, obviously remove your USB. Now you all probably know how to transfer files from a USB to your PC, so I'm not going to go into that. But obviously you put your USB into your computer, and then you save your game clip to whatever folder, wherever you want to on your computer. There is a thing of syncing your voice as well, but I'll go into that in a minute. For recording your voice, because this is what I do, it's just I'm not going to say how you do different things, because you can record like yourself as well, but I'm not going to go into that. But for me, I use my old Android phone that I've had for a few years now. It still works. And I use a lapel mic with it, just to record all my voice. I used a record your voice app that was actually on the phone. I tried it a few times, and like to me, it sounds okay. You could probably get better quality sound using a program called Audacity and what have you. I've got that, but in all honesty, I'm not that genned up on the computer stuff. So I'm not completely sure how to use it, but there's plenty of videos out there to do it. But this, I'm just going through what I do. Basically, again, when you start playing your game, I usually start my recording as well. But like I said, I do something at the beginning so I can help sync my voice and the gameplay together. Otherwise, when you play your video back, it could sound a bit weird. You know, like, you know, something's going on in your game, and your reaction is either too early or too late. It doesn't kind of correspond with what you're seeing on the screen. So this is why you need to do this little bit at the beginning. So what I do, basically, I start my my voice on my phone recording first, because on my phone it's got a timer telling you how many minutes and that you've used. So because you can only record an hour on the memory stick, I know if I look at my phone how close I'm getting to that hour. Once I've started recording on the phone, I then start, you know, my game's already loaded in, I then start recording on the Xbox. Now what I usually do is I go to like a menu in the game or something, and just say for argument's sake you've got like the option to start the game, or you've got the option to you know, like tab down to an options tab. So basically what I do there is I'll go start in game, or no, I won't, that's a lie. I'll turn around and say tabbing down in 3, 2, 1 now. And as I say now, I'll tab down to the options tab. I'll then go say it again, but I'll say tabbing back up to starting game in 3, 2, 1 now. And that's my recording. Now, once I've finished playing my game, and you know I've stopped my recordings on my phone and on the Xbox, that's done. You then basically, like I said, you upload your file from your Xbox to your hard drive on your PC, and you basically plug your phone in, or I plug my phone in, and I do the same again with that. What I'll then do is I use a free video editor, which I'll put a link in the description below, and I'll show you how I edit my videos now. So I'll be back in a sec as soon as I've got the video editor up. Right, we're in the free video editor called OpenShot. There are other free ones on the internet, but this is quite a basic one. It does for what I need to do. I've used it on other projects as well. It's very simple to use. It looks a bit complicated, but it isn't. I mean, this is in the advanced view, which you can change the views up here. Click on view. You've got views there, you've got simple view, advanced view. I don't know what freeze view is. I've not actually looked into that, but I just keep it on this because I find it useful. To import, after you've uploaded everything to the, to your computer, to import it, the little green cross at the top there, if you click on that, and it'll obviously, like a lot of things, it will say, right, where do you want to go? So you go to this place you saved your files. So, and then you click on like your video and your voice if you need that. You can add music, which you add the same again. But just be aware that if you are going to record a game, make sure the music's turned down on it. Otherwise, you could maybe get done for a copyright strike or something. You don't want to get any lawsuits against you, do you? And also, I usually, if I'm going to put music in my games, I will go to the YouTube library, because all that there is it's copyright free. There's no issues whatsoever. You can pay a website. Oh God, what Epidemic Sound, that's it. But I think they do a monthly subscription. It's like £10–15 a month now, just for a few videos and that. I don't really add a lot of music to it on my gaming videos, so I'm not bothering. But yeah, what you do, in all honesty, ignore the transitions, because I do them myself, and I'll show you how easy that is. And the effects down the bottom, I don't even bother with those. Like like you see that bars, what you'd end up doing basically is like you go onto the file that you've got there, the video file, drag that over because it's a drag and drop, and it'll put black bars on top of on the top and the bottom of the screen, just like a like a cinematic film like you see in the movies. But we're not bothered with that either. So basically, you see I put stuff down here already. Like I said, it's just a simple drag and drop like that. I'm not going to put it back there, it's already here. And the same with your voice. You've got 4, is it a 5? 5. You've got 5 tracks, but you can add more and take away if you want to. I usually start on track 2 because if I do add music, I generally add music on the bottom track, track 1. I have my video there, my voice there, and then you see like your subscribe come up, subscribe to my channel, and follow this, follow that, blah blah blah. You can put all those above there. The top line, the ones above, if you've got a video here and you put a video up there above, the video on the top will play over that, so you won't see it. There is ways of doing that with transforming and that, but that's just a complete different thing. If you want to know how to use this properly, there's plenty of videos out. Just Google, just go onto YouTube and just like open short video tutorials, and there's a few people on there that can explain it a lot better than I can. But like I said, this is just what I'm doing. So right, I've dragged my film video and my voice down there. Now what you need to do, I've already done this to try and speed it up a bit. What you'll do is go along until where I said you do your 1, 2, 3 now. Now I'm doing it on here, starting on Korea, and I go 1, 2, 3 now and switch to multiplayer. So it'll be around here. I've made a little mark there. So once you find it, it's just switched over like that. What I didn't mention is this timeline. I normally on 15 seconds, but if you put it down to 3, it enlarges it, so it's easier to sync up your the voice and the video. So basically now I've done that. Yeah, it's down to 3 seconds, so it's expanded that. It's easy to find, so you find that, and then just as it flips over to multiplayer, look, it's just changing now. What you do is, I'll move that out of the way, you click on this upside down green triangle, and it's a marker, and I don't know if you can see it, but just underneath my arrow on there, there's a little like teardrop, blue teardrop, an upside down version of this big one on the red line. That is a marker. That lets me know that's roughly where the switchover is between career and multiplayer. What you then have to do is then, with your voice, you go along and find the spot you want where you're going, tabbing across now. On this one it was like tabbing across to multiplayer in 3, 2, 1 now. And then what I do, as soon as I say now, I try and pause the video. I then get the scissors, which is a razor tool, and then you come over right up close to that line, because that line was like basically there, and you get your scissors, and if you look, it gives like a dotted line. I got it as close as I could to that line. Obviously I can't have already done it, but I get as close to that line and just click my button. It will cut anything, voice and video, so you don't want to be cutting everything on that. So what you've got to do is unclick it again. It's gone. Right, so now we'll just check if that's done it. 2, 1 now. There you go. Try again. 3, 2, 1 now. Tabbing back to Korea in 3, 2, 1 now. There you go. You see how easy that is? I mean, you might have to do a little bit of fiddling. It's not too much of an issue. I'll say that if I can do it, you can. You'll get used to it after a while. Now what I do, now I've got my video and my voice synced, I'll move this slider here. You've got a plus and a minus here, and it says 3 seconds. I'll move that back up till it says 15 seconds. You see, the line's a bit bigger now. It'd be a lot more awkward to get that on a 15-second one or more, so you want to get it quite low. So now what we need to do is just scoot along until we start talking to start the video. Back in grid again. Hi and welcome back. Right, there you go. it was about here. You just put it just before. Now what I generally do is, using the razor tool, the scissors there, you can cut individual bits on the files. This here, where the red line is and the upside down teardrop, if you right click on it, it says slice all. Now you can keep both sides, which means you'll cut that, both files, and you'll keep both sides of it. Or it will cut in that along that red line, and you'll just keep the left hand side, which we don't want anyway, because that's the bit we were using to sync up. Or it's keep right side. So what we'll do that, keep the right side. You can click both sides and then delete those yourselves, but if we go onto that and then keep the right side, we don't need that. It didn't delete that bit. It doesn't always do it, but it's not an issue. And then just like highlight it by clicking on it, and either press the delete button now, because anything that's highlighted red is what you're working on. So you can either press the delete button or right click on it and remove clip. And as you notice, you've got all these other things on here as well, which basically all I use on here is my transform, which I'm not going to show you because you don't really need that in to do this video, and the volume. So just remove that clip and it's gone. Now what I'll do, I'll just add, where is it, my channel. I'll do my intro and my outro that I normally add. See, I've just highlighted them, and I've got my Twitter and Instagram stuff on there. Now you just click open, look, and it just adds to that timeline there, or the project files there. So I'll put my, drag my intro down there. Now this, everything to the right of it you can work on. So if I do something on there, I can do anything on there, you know, like alter the volume and stuff like that. If I had it part the way across, say to there, and I try to avoid altering the volume, you know, like it's on full volume now, and I want to make it quieter, and I went, what do I do? If I right click on there on the file and go to volume, and you can you know, do the entire clip, the end of clip, the starter clip, it will only do it from that red line onwards to the right. So you've got to make sure these are all the way, this is all the way over to the left. Now I'm right at the beginning, that arrow underneath the screen there, because that actually is where you see your video, makes it go back to the beginning, that goes to the very end. What I do now, if I click on that, my intro, what I did when I made it on this, it's only a few seconds, I didn't put a fade on it. So I go to the entire clip, and I like a fade in and out slow. I do that on all my videos. Now where I've cut that just now, and we start in, because that's over to the left, if I right click on, no, stop that, no, see that was already highlighted, so that would have done both. If I right click on that, go to fade, and go across, it's the start of a clip now, and I want to fade that in slow. Also, your volume, I've reduced the volume already for the entire clip, and I reduce it to 20%, so it's a lot quieter. The reason for that is because obviously I'm talking on the other bit, and I find it normally comes up as 1, but I find for how I use, you know, using my phone and the mic and what have you, I actually find 1.5 is better for me. Other people might disagree, might say it sounds horrible, but I don't know. So, like I said, I've done my fade, and if you look, you've got 2 little green markers. I don't know if you'll see them on your screen, but that's telling you there's a transition there. Like I said, anything red is what you're working on. So I've left clicked on there, but if you right click on the voice as well, they both go red. Now if you just left click on one of them, it kind of locks them together, and it snaps to there. And the reason why that is because you've got a magnet there. That's a snapping tool. So basically it will help snap it to the next section of the next file. If you didn't have that, you'll just go over it. It's not an issue because you can delete. It'll just cause a transition and you might not want it. So that's an easy way of doing it. So what we'll have now is my intro. Hi and welcome back to the channel. And then me talking. Back in grid again, 2019. Last couple of videos, we did the stock racing. Thinking of having a go at the Fernando Alonso. Right, we'll stop there. It says Fernando Alonso, right? So what I'll do now, if I right click on the upside down teardrop there to say slice all, I'm going to keep both sides. Alright, and it's split. If you notice, it's splitting both. The scissors will split, you can split just one file at a time, but this splits them both. Now what I want to do, if I go along here, and I'm going to skip all this along until I get to the bit I want. And you might have to come along here. Like I said, the bigger you make this, the smaller this becomes, but it becomes a little bit more difficult to edit. So I'm just going to do what I do here. Right, I'm going to cut to there. So I've stopped there. This is where I want to come in. To there. So I'll right click. I keep both, slice all and keep both sides. Right. Because this is already split down there. You see those two that we split there already? These two now, if I left click there and right click there, look, you can remove clip and it will remove them both. If there's only one highlighted, like that one, it will just remove the bottom one and not the top. Right click it and they're both gone. Right, so if you left and right click there, like I said before, it links them together. I didn't realise this, no one actually says this in any of their videos, but I found out. There's our little marker now where we did our syncing. You know, for the voice and the game. We don't need that anymore, so really I'll right click on there and remove that. It's not distracting then. This, if you just click above these lines, it will come back, so it's a bit quicker than trying to drag it. Now I want to transition a fade for, you know, dark fade out and then fade back in. So remember, anything to the right of the line it will work on, anything to the left it won't. So if I left click on there, then right click, go to fade. Now that is an end of a clip there now, so I want to fade out slow. This one, remember it's on the right hand side of that line. I right click, go to fade, that's the start of a clip there, and I want to fade in slow. So if that's already highlighted, so if I right click on there, it links them together and I can just snap them together. Right, let's see what that does. Rock racing. Thinking of having a go at the Fernando Alonso side on this profile at the minute. I'm feeling we're on the outside. We'll stick with the outside for now. And let's see if we can get a decent. There you go. And again, I'll show you a couple more. Keep both sides. Go along till you want a different clip. Let's do it about there. So I'll right click, slice all, keep both sides. I don't want these ones, so I'll highlight them and remove them. Bring that back over to here. That clip there, I want to fade out at the end, fade out slow. This clip, right click again, fade, start a clip, fade in slow. Link them together, up together like that. And now we should have this. Thinking of having a go at the Fernando Alonso side on this profile at the minute. I'm feeling we're on the outside. We'll stick with the outside for now. And let's see if we can get a. See how it transitions, fades out, and then fades in. Obviously, the voice was probably out because I'd already synced this, and this was actually a video. And you plan when you're going to talk and when you're not. I'm loving this game. So I'll stop there. And what I'll do now is, if I right click, slice all, I want to end it now. Okay, so what I'll do, I want to keep everything on the left hand side of that red line. I want to get rid of the right, so I'll click on that and it's all gone. Now what I normally do is put my outro, which I haven't put my fade on, so it's to the right, it's highlighted, right click, fade, entire clip in and out. So it's, look, green lines either side, and then I'll just push that up like that. And now what we'll have is this video, and then basically that is it. And I'll show you in a sec. We're about uploading, but this is the video we've edited so far. Hi and welcome back to the channel. Back in grid again, 2019. Last couple of videos we did the stock racing. Thinking of having a go at the Fernando Alonso side on this profile at the minute. I think we're on the outside. We'll stick with the outside for now. And let's see if we can get see how it's transitioning. Here now, and that's it. This is how simple it really is. I mean, you can just sit here for hours going through it. You can save it and come back to it later if you want to add more to it. So and there into my outro. And that is how you do it. What you could do, if you wanted to, if you go to the video where you keep some music, where's my music? YouTube music. Now you could just add music to it, race car, I'll put that one, and open that. That's it, click on there, open, and it comes in. I know this music is a bit loud, so what I'm going to do, if I put my music down there, it's already highlighted, but I want to reduce that volume, entire clip, say down to 20. And if you notice, when I click on there, the voice, the red, it says 150, 1.5, that's my voice. That is at 0.20, that's 20%. What you probably have to do, for me to show you this, I'll turn the volume of the entire clip to 0, and on that one, and on that one. Right, all that now, if you look at the bottom left of the volume, it says 0, 0, 0, and everything's to the right of that red line, remember. So let's see what that does. It should be only voice now. You'll probably hear the car engine and what have you, but you won't hear any talking. You should just hear the music. I've put that in the wrong place, haven't I? Ignore that. Right, what we need to do is just drag it and move it up. Move it up to there. Simple as that. Sorry about that, my bad. But we don't want the intro being cut over, so we'll see, look, it snapping tools on, so it will snap it to there. So hopefully this will work now, if I got it right. Now for some reason, what have I done there? Is this me? Look, volume's at 0. That's not right. The volume shouldn't have been at 0. Entire clip 20. Right, let's see if that works. It's probably just me then. It wasn't me put in the wrong place. There you go. It was me. For some reason I put the volume down to 0. But that's how you add music to it. I mean, generally people try and do, when they do music, the video with no music, they'll try and have the pictures changed to the beat. But that's it. That is simply how you do it. So what I'm going to do now, I'll delete that. Send that back to the beginning, and the volume, entire clip, oh actually I wanted it on 150, didn't I? So if I double click over there, because you can only go up to 100%, so there, if you double click down here and go 1.5 and then press enter, do that again. I don't think I was on the right thing. Why isn't that letting it? I know what it is. You got to do volume, reset volume. Do it on all those. See, look, I'm still learning. I was just trying to show you, but I'm still learning. Right, try that. 1.5, that's better. It's because it had been altered already. You've got to reset it. And that should be my voice coming through then. So just double check again. We'll just get past that. Back to the channel. Yeah, there you go, the voice is there. Right, once you're done with that, apologies for that little hiccup, but it just shows that, you know, not everyone's perfect, and I'm actually doing this, it's happening as I'm doing it, so I'm not going to cut it out of the video, because, you know, some people would, but, you know, everyone makes mistakes. Right, to save it, you go to export video, and click on it. Now, you can name it, and mine's up there saying how I make YouTube gaming videos on YouTube for free, right? Because that is what this video is. And I'll just put test at the end of it because I don't want to overlook the other one, right? So I'll go on to browse, go to videos, I go to my gaming videos, and where are we? How I make my YouTube videos, right? I don't want to put that there. So now what I'll do is you click on to select that folder and click on export. Keep that on all format, MP4, 1080p, 25 frames a second and high, and then just click export. Now, depending on how long this takes, I might, just like stop it and come back to you in a minute. Because sometimes it can take a few minutes, depending on how big your video is. I mean, some of my videos I've done, I mean, they've taken like 35-40 minutes to export. But this is only a small video. It's only a small clip. It shouldn't take that long. Right, it's 100% done now. So just click on done. Like I said, you can save all your stuff up here. What we'll do now is we'll click on there. Let's go to our videos. There's a place we saved it, how I make videos, and it should be here. So that should be here, and this is it converted. Hi and welcome back to the channel. And that is how simple it is. I hope I've explained it okay. I know it's a very brief explanation and showing you how to use the video editor. But it just gives you an idea of how easy it is. And it looks fine. We'll stick with the outside for now. So, let's see if we can get all I'll say is, like, have a go at it yourself if you fancy it. All the stuff's free. And just mess around with the editor. There is, like I said, there is tutorials on YouTube that will explain it a lot better. But this is how I make my videos. So, right, well, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you in some ways, and I hope I haven't actually, if you had any questions you needed answering and that, I hope I didn't add to them, because, like I said, this is how I do it. I'm no videographer or anything like that. I just love messing around making these videos. So, if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. But if you've got any, comments you want to make sure, any criticisms, just make some constructive ones. Some people are better in this than me, a lot better in this than me, to be honest with you, because like I said, I'm still learning. But I just thought I might make this video just to show how I do this. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Go and have a look at the content I've made. Alright, it might be a bit boring, some of it, I don't know. But I enjoy what I'm doing. So, thanks again for watching. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. See if we can get here now, under the bridge. 1.9 seconds up.